Namaste, my dear friends. We are now in the fifth video of the series on mantras, and today we are going to talk about the different stages of mantra sadhana or mantra abhyasa. In the Vedic tradition, we say that mantra practice goes through 4 stages. The first stage is basically called Upadesha, which is also called as Arambha Avastha. In this stage is when we are initiated into the mantra by the teacher through the right ear, following the procedure of initiation, and we are taught not only the mantra but also the procedure of how to practice the mantra along with the appropriate nyasas, the dhyanam, etc., so that we are practicing it correctly. And so in the first stage, which is called the Upadesha, this is what happens, and we recite the mantra loudly as part of the japa, and we do this procedure normally in the presence of our teacher, so that the teacher can check and correct any mistakes that we may do during the practice, so that our practice is fine-tuned and refined. Once the teacher approves this, then we are also going and practicing it for a few weeks by ourselves, which is still part of the Upadesha stage, the Arambha Avastha. And we observe if there are any reactions that are happening in our body, in our mind, in our senses, in our behavior, etc. And we report that back to our teacher. Then comes the second stage, that is called Upasana, where we are sitting near the mantra practice by ourselves. It is also called as the Gatha Avastha by some. In this stage, we are practicing by ourselves. We are practicing inwardly, so we start to practice the mantra silently as part of the practice. We allow the mantra practice to start having effects on us at not just conscious level, but more importantly at our subconscious and unconscious levels as well. We stay close to the mantra practice for a certain period of time, for example a few weeks or a few months even, and then we will have to report back to the teacher for the third stage. The third stage is called as Punascharana, which some of the people also call as the Parichaya Avastha. Here many changes would have started to happen in our body, in our behavior, in our sleep patterns, in our behavior patterns, etc., because the mantras start to have an effect. And here we go back to the teacher, and the teacher refines the practice, if needed, makes slight modifications in the procedure, slightly refines the number of repetitions we have to do the japa, may teach alternate dhyana shlokas, or may teach alternate mantras or chants that we have to do after the japa, change the procedure of preparation, change the procedure of transitioning from the practice, etc., so that it is mostly well suited for us, and that is what I would call as the well refining state. And this is a very important state as well, and this is when many changes would have started to happen because of the mantra practice. And it's also a stage where we may not really feel very comfortable because things inside us have moved and we feel sometimes a bit heavy, sometimes a bit depressed even, but it's not really depression, but it's a feeling of heaviness that can come when things start to move within us, especially at deep unconscious, subconscious levels. Once this is done, we practice that for some period of time, sometimes months, sometimes years, because this is our well-refined, well-structured practice. As we progress in this, we will slowly enter the fourth and final stage, that is called the Siddhi or the Nishpatti Avastha. Here is when the mantra has completed its journey within our structures and has brought about the changes that it needs to bring, especially the positive changes, and we achieve what is called mantra siddhi. Then the purpose of the mantra practice has come to its fruition. And this is the stage where we actually become fit and qualified to initiate others into the mantra, because an acharya is somebody who has achieved mantra siddhi, and only an acharya can initiate students into mantra practice. And this acharya should have gone through mantra siddhi, which means he or she has gone through the 4 stages and is now knowing how to guide the students through their own journeys with the mantra practice. And this mantra siddhi may not happen very quickly. Sometimes it takes years for the practitioner to achieve mantra siddhi. And that is why in the ancient times they would initiate mantra abhyasa to students when they were very young, so that by the time they achieve mantra siddhi, they are young adults, or at least those in the middle age, and then they become fit to be acharyas for a long period of time in their lives. So these are the 4 stages of mantra abhyasa, mantra siddhi, and I would really encourage you to be inspired by this and seek out a nice acharya from your tradition who is caring for you, who has great goodwill for you, and seek them to be your teacher and request them to initiate you into the appropriate mantra practice when the time is right. And please practice it for long term so that you yourself can achieve these 4 stages and become fit to teach others. Namaste, dear friends. Namaste, my dear friends. I am Kausthub Desikachar of the Viniyoga tradition, and if you have come to this point of our video, it means that you have enjoyed our videos, and if you would like to support us even more by clicking the subscribe button and also clicking on the bell notifications icon, then you will give us a wonderful sign that you are interested, that we keep continuing to make such remarkable videos and share with you, so that this knowledge can spread all across humanity for the benefit of humanity. In this moment where we are in history, we are in an important time where sharing such sacred and precious knowledge becomes very, very useful, and that is what motivates us to keep doing this every week. And we really hope that you enjoy watching this, and please feel free to share it with your friends, share it in your circles, so that many, many people can benefit from this. We love you, our fans, our students and our friends, and we look forward to seeing you in yet another video of our channel. Namaste.